One.
All right, Coach. I guess since I'm here, I'll start. Congratulations! It's back to back, always a great thing to happen. But now you see your seed, and you probably get the toughest road ahead of you here if you get past Fordham to take on the overall number one seed.
Yeah, I think we'll focus on one game at a time. We'll focus on Fordham. We'll learn everything we can about them and be prepared to win that matchup. And look, if you want to win a national championship, you have to beat the best teams. And so we're really excited about being on this part of the draw. There's a competitive nature to me, and I think to us, where we feel like we should have been seeded, given that respect. But that'll just be a chip on our shoulder that we'll take with us as we move on to Fordham and hopefully through onto Clemson and beyond into the national championship.
Were you surprised when you saw that seeding? As good as this team has been and the teams you've beaten, were you surprised when you saw what your bracket would look like?
Yeah, I think it was I think there was a lot of shocks in the bracket. I mean, there's got to be more teams around the country. Look at like a Michigan who finished above Maryland in their conference, didn't get in. You look at a couple of WVU had a great season and didn't get in. There'll be a few teams more upset than us. We're just we're happy to be a part of it. And look, if we beat Clemson, we have an easier side of the draw from there. So that's the way we're looking at it. But we're really don't want to look any further than Fordham, and that's going to be a tough game. This is the top 36 teams in the country, so every game is going to be tough now. So it doesn't really matter.
Coach, I'll throw you a question here, even though I'm in the room. Fordham, just doing some quick research, 33rd best scoring offense in the nation, 1.9 goals per match. I know you guys have had a fantastic defense this year, but how does going against a good scoring offense like that change the game plan potentially?
I don't think we'll change our game plan so much. I mean, our game is very much based on our philosophy of play. So, we value the possession of the football, and we've created a ton of chances this year. We know now we're starting to find our groove a little bit. So it won't change much about the way we prepare for them. We'll obviously give them the due diligence they deserve and scout, every game they played this year. And I know Carlo from his time at Adelphi. We matched up when I was at Charleston, so I'm excited. He's a friend, so I'm excited to get with them again, and hopefully we can advance.
Your team has been road warriors this year. You guys have done well on the road, but now you have to go to sort of a neutral site. You're going to be on the road for extended. How do you foresee? What challenges do you foresee that presenting? Maybe.
None. I mean, being in the hotel is fantastic. Being able to relax and sort of control meals, and it makes it feel normal for the guys. I mean, this has been a COVID year where it's been crazy. So the chance to go to a hotel together to kind of make it feel like a normal season is going to be fantastic. And I think the guys will just feed off that. So we're actually really looking forward to it. And, we have a lot of, internationals. I'm a UK citizen, a Canadian citizen, an American citizen. So I'm well traveled. So wherever I lay my hat, as long as my team and my family are there, I think that'll be home for the duration.
Coach answered this a little bit, but looking at your matchup with Fordham and then looking ahead to a potential matchup with Clemson, I know that you all have talked about trying to gain their respect nationally, but is there a sense of chip on your shoulder going into the tournament with how the draw worked out?
Yeah, I mean, I think my chip on the shoulder won't be as big as like some of the teams I mentioned previously, but we will fight for respect. I mean, that's what every team's going to do when they go there. They're going to try and prove their case that they're the best team, and we genuinely believe that we're one of the best teams, if not the best team in the country, and we're going to try and win a national championship. That's what we're going to try and do. So we will use anything we can for motivation to continue to sort of feed the guys and to get them riled up and to get them fighting that little extra bit harder for sure.
I know, Coach, when it comes to, this is more of a league question, but when it comes to the strength of the league, Conference USA gets 3 teams in. Coastal, who will join the league next year, also gets in. What do you think that says about the strength of soccer in Conference USA?
I think it speaks volumes. I'm super happy for Kentucky. I mean, their body of work, right? They beat a lot of ACC teams in the beginning of the season, in the fall for them. They were consistent. They had one little wobble, but it didn't deserve to not get them in. And I know an excellent team. And look, Charlotte, we have a bit of sort of rivalry on the pitch. It's very contentious, but I'm fantastically happy that they got in and that the conference has been recognized. That's what we have to do as a conference. I mean, I think, to the outside world, we have to stick together and we have to push for each other. And inside, we will fight like dogs on the inside to try and win those championships, and that's our job. But on as the collective front, happy for Charlotte, happy for Kentucky, and happy that Coastal are representing us well by being in the tournament as well.
Anything else?
Coach, on the flip side of what I asked earlier, how do you keep the guys from getting too amped up to potentially face, and how do you stay locked into Fordham and obviously a strong offensive side there too?
I think I kind of caught part of your question there. How about how to not get too amped up? I think, for us, it's we kind of feed off sort of having the ball and being playing soccer. It's not one of those games where it really has to be raw. I think at the beginning of the game, everybody's excited and you kind of have your speeches, but you want to put those last couple of thoughts in players' minds, because it's not for the first few moments of games, it's for the last few moments of games when you're exhausted, when you've just run half a marathon and you've ran, 2,000 meters of sprint distance. It's when you have sort of that tiredness creeping in, where you need to keep focus. It's the little bits of motivation that can drive you on. And, if we plant the seed for getting respect for the program, or, living on that knife edge of continually competing for a national championship, from the position that we're in. So we try and use those little bits of motivation, not for the beginning of the games, not guys won't be too amped up, but at the end of games, and make sure the focus lasts for 90 minutes.
Keith, you just jumped on here. You got anything?
Yeah, he may have. Coach may have answered this, Jason. Coach, just for the quality of the program the last couple of years and what you've done to elevate the program, talk a little bit about that and how much you guys have enhanced just Marshall's name through your soccer program.
Yeah, it's not been me. It's been a collective effort. We have great players. I know, Pedro's in the room. I'm going to speak to you later. He's been here the whole time. Petr Ivanovic on the staff, tremendous. The support we get from everybody else. Josh Fogger, Sam Black, our strength and conditioning coach, Kyle Snitegi. We have such a good group of coaches. And then, Kerry Francis, our trainer. Everybody's pulling, sports information, facilities. Everybody's pulling in the direction. They made it easy for us. We just have to focus on our job of playing soccer and winning games. And we've tried to change the culture to be, a culture of excellence. We have two things that have to be priorities, academics and soccer. And so the guys have done a great job of, recognizing that and putting full intensity into those two things. And obviously we play a style of soccer that's very appealing, to keep the ball and to try and create attacking chances. And it's an aesthetically pleasing game, but it's one that's also a joy to play when you get it right. And I think we've sort of been able to feed off that. And, if we can enhance, the reputation of the school, if it's one of those things that gets out of the wider world, out of the soccer world, for example, I'm just absolutely thrilled about that. I graduated from master's program here, so I want to see us rise and continue to rise. And now the profile of our program, we are now competing against the elite. We're competing against the Clemsons. We need to step into that next bracket, and we need the continued support of the people at the school and the people in the community to be able to do that. That's our secret weapon. The crowd that we got the other day, the buzz for soccer in Huntington, that's our secret weapon, and that's the only way we can compete. Is getting everything aligned perfectly, and it has been. So, long may that continue. And if the byproduct of that is, Marshall has a better reputation, that's fantastic.
Anything else? All right, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Take care, Coach.
We have Pedro Dolabella coming up.
What's happening, Pedro?
Hey, Paul, how's it going?
I'm good. So, you didn't have to wait long. You're out there waiting, thinking it might be a couple minutes before you see your name come up, and right there it is. What was going through your mind when you saw your name pop up, and then the teams that you are going to face and potentially could face?
Now, obviously, we won the league, right? We got the automatic bid, so we were a bit calmer, and we knew that our name was gonna come up either way. But obviously, we were not. I don't think everybody was paying attention in the beginning, But it was good that our name popped up right away, and we're excited to face Florida now.
How's this feel? The second time going around for Marshall. I mean, the first time's all new sensation. This time, how's it feel this time, back to back and back in the NCAA tournament?
No, it's amazing feeling, Obviously, first time was amazing as well. But winning at home, being here already, having the party prepared for us here in the camp was amazing. Seeing everybody here, waiting for our name to be called, and just all the support from the community. It's been an amazing journey so far.
Hey, Pedro, as you get ready for this first round match, do you deal more with what you guys are doing, or do you prepare for a lot of what Fordham might bring? I know you probably don't know a lot about them, but how do your preparations go?
No, like Chris said, like we play our game no matter which opponent we face, and usually it's good that they try to like get ready for us, because the way we play is the way we have fun with the game, and the way we know how to get the job done. And I think we won't change anything going to Fordham. We're just getting sharper and sharper every game, especially in the end of the season, and hopefully we can continue to win and score more and more goals.
You're going to be in a situation where you're going to be in a bubble. Have you gave any thought to that? Is this going to be just back on the road? Any extra thought to it, or hey, we're just going to be on the road playing?
Nah, it's going to be an amazing experience. I was talking to João before. Obviously, it's new, and we wanted to be honest, we wanted to play at home. We like to play in front of our fans. We like to play on our field, have the advantage, but it's going to be different. Being in a bubble, locked in the hotel, it's good to be focused. Everybody will be locked in, and all the other teams are in the same situation as well. So nobody will have any additional advantage of playing at home. So it'll be exciting. It kind of even out the game a little bit.
Pedro, we asked Coach about the evolution of the program. You've been on the ground floor of it from the beginning. Just talk a little bit about the pride of going back to your second NCAA tournament and changing the whole culture of this program.
Yeah, Keith. When I got here, I always say it wasn't all flowers. Obviously, like Chris came here to make a big impact in Marshall and the whole program. And I was happy to be part of his first recruiting class. He got here in the spring, and really close to the fall, he called me, and invited me to play for Marshall, and I was really excited. And in the beginning, in 2017, we knew it was a program we were building, and it takes a little bit for it to consolidate. And now we're harvesting those crops, if I can say like that, because in the beginning you have to grind a little bit more, but now I think we're consolidating, we're building our identity. People are starting to know what it feels like to play for Marshall and what we are all about, which is playing soccer.
Pedro, I'll throw you one real quick, even though I'm in here. I know yesterday after the match, when I talked to Coach, I asked him about you and the goal you scored yesterday, which proved to be the winner. He said that the thing he's been most impressed with is the maturity from year to year for you. In years past, he said you might have lost your head when you got the yellow, but yesterday you stayed calm, cool, and collected. What? Talk about that for a second, about your maturity as a player. What do you feel like? How do you feel your game has developed from freshman year to now?
Jake, when I always say when I play Charlotte, I have the extra motivation to play them, and sometimes I get way too excited. That was happened yesterday on the game. I was fired up, even on the speech, pregame speech with the guys. I kept looking everybody in the eyes, and I was angry. You know, they say we call it the orange zone, which the red zone is when you lose your head, but the orange zone is when you're angry, you're ready to go, you're locked in. But in the beginning, I had a bad tackle, and you know, it was good that Chris took me out of the game in the beginning, even though I knew why he was doing it, but I didn't want to get out of the game. But and as you said, over the years, I had a bad year in 2018, which I got a lot of yellow cards. But I put my head in place, you know, over the past years, and now being a leader of the team as well helped me think about the thing as a whole instead of just, you know, taking care of myself. So it helped me develop this maturity.
Anyone else?
I'm good here.
All good, Jason, I think.
Okay.
Thank you, Pedro.
Thanks, guys.
We've got one more coming. As soon as he wants to come over here. We have Vitor Diaz coming. Have a seat.
I guess I'll go first. If you would just talk about seeing the team name up there so quickly and the teams you're going to potentially face off against.
Yeah, I mean, it was really surprising for us having our name pop up there that quick. But yeah, first Fulham, if we beat them, we play Clemson. But I think if we're looking to be national champions, we need to be ready to beat any team in the nation.
Vitor, how good was it to see you guys to get 2 goals yesterday? Your defense has been stellar all year long, but when you get 2, it seems like, I mean, you guys are unapproachable almost because your defense is so good. How do you feel going into the tournament with the way you guys are playing?
I mean, obviously, we feel very confident having a good defense like that, and we just gotta have the 5 extra percent so we can score. We can get more goals, you know. So yeah, we feel pretty confident.
Asking Pedro about your preparation now. How much of it is you guys just doing what you do and doing it better, and how much of it is actually looking at Fordham and what they do and preparing for them?
Yes, I feel like if we do our thing, if we do what coach says, if we play our way, our possession way, this great way of playing soccer, I feel like no one can stop us.
Are you looking forward to getting into that situation where you're going to be at a neutral location? It's going to be in the hotel. It's going to be soccer, hotel, soccer, hotel.
Yes, I feel like we can focus more on soccer, leave the school aside a bit, and really just think and breathe soccer 24/7.
Having played a home NCAA game a couple of years ago, Vitor, your hope would be to play here, I'm sure, but now you're all assembled in one spot. It'll be a true kind of NCAA tournament feel, won't it?
No, definitely. Obviously, we all wanted to play here, to have games here in Huntington, but yeah, it's gonna feel more like an NCAA tournament, having a neutral field for both teams, but we're still really looking forward to it.
Vitor, you talk about playing in front of the home fans.
Mhm.
Last year, you guys clinched the conference title.
Yes.
In a neutral site. This year, you got to do it in front of the home fans, and there were decent amount of people there.
Mm-hmm.
How special was that to be able to win one for the automatic qualifier
Mhm.
on home turf?
No, it's definitely a different feeling than winning away. Obviously, we had reduced amount of fans due to COVID, but it's an amazing feeling being champions at home.
Vitor, how much do you appreciate now the game having, the big pause because of COVID? You came off the great 2019 season. Does it feel good just to be back out there and seeing people cheering again? I'm sure you appreciate the game a little more now.
No, definitely. I mean, we gotta appreciate every single minute we play. We were at home for more than a year. So when we get out there, we enjoy a lot, and we just gotta appreciate every single minute.
Anything else, guys?
All
on
good,
this
Jason.